I have just logged in for my 240th day. I'm going to take a look at my roster, do a review, positives, negatives, plus I'm going to talk about the overall state of this game. Let's go!
Valley Flyer.
Hey, what's up all you Valley Maniacs? Valley Flying here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. And in this video, I just hit 240 days logging in, so I've been playing for about 8 months or so, and gonna go through a few things. So right about here, 240 days is where I'm at. 833 battles in arena, which means I've missed a few arena battles. I've not done 5 every day. Sometimes I do 2, sometimes I just do a little bit. Spent a bunch of gold, almost 150 million gold. What else? Supply purchases, blitz credits, spent a bunch of those, raid credits. Some of these have reset, or some of these just came about when they made the achievement. So that's where I'm at. Let's go take a look at my total power. My total power right now is a little bit over 1 million. Strongest team is 147. My main team right now is Shield, even though they're not as strong. Highest arena rank, 88. Not very good. Max stars, 11. Total characters, 78. Blitz wins, 5,166. So a bunch of blitz battles there. And that is where I'm at right now. As far as power leaderboards, where am I? I'm at 871. So pretty decent. Not as high as some other people. And that's where I'm at as far as right now. So let's go take a look at my roster. And I'll give you my overall impressions of them. And then I'm going to talk about the overall state of the game. How I feel the game is right now. All right, so these are my top guys. And as you can see, especially in yesterday's video, talking about the top power of my top team, not very high. 2 guys over 30,000 power. The rest of them are sub 30,000 power. Quake, I got a bunch of people at 7 stars, but haven't really geared them. I've been focusing on building up other characters, particularly the Kree, Shield, and now the Defenders. That has been in the works for probably the past 2 months or so, just building up those characters. Building the Kree for Nick Fury. Painful farm, but it is worth it because my favorite team right now is that Fury Shield team. Now, I went with Medic instead of Operative just because I had Medic pretty close to 5 stars already when I started this. Right now, she's at 6 stars. Operative, I have not worked on her at all, and she is all the way down here. Good character, though. To eventually want to work on her, build her up to the rest of the shield so they can be interchangeable depending on the enemy. Some of the newer characters end up right around here. Loki, Venom. Still haven't 6-starred my Iron Man, even though I got the shards for it. Just haven't used the gold on it. Storm is right here. Haven't really worked on her too much as well. Groot right here. So that's kind of it for the new characters. Have not bought Mystique yet. I may or may not do that. Still am undecided about that. And if I do, I'll make a video. But other than Mystique, the other characters that I'm missing are Ultimus and Ultron. Most of them have at least the shards to get to 3 stars. Or higher. Haven't leveled everybody yet. All right, so let's talk about the characters that I like the best. Obviously, Black Widow, one of the best characters in the game. Very valuable as she can do a bunch of different things, especially with that speed up, giving herself stealth, and then she has a stun on her big move as well. So it's a very strong character. Helps a few different teams, especially the Avengers teams. Captain America, one of my favorite characters in the game. Kind of goes unsung because he doesn't do a lot of damage, doesn't put a lot of control, but his Inspire, even with some of these newer additions to the roster, still one of the best moves in the game. Yondu, always good. Quake, always good. Gamora, she is a good character once you build her up enough and get her skills leveled up. Doesn't really shine until then and is still doing some damage for me in Blitz. Hawkeye, I think I like him more than a lot of other people, but his blind is devastating. His dispel is devastating. Strong character. Spider-Man, very scary character in the beginning with those defense downs. Plus, he has a stun and slow. Thanos, I'm liking him as well, especially for the raids. I like his energy, his passive that gives out energy to other characters. I think that is the best thing of his kit. Strong taunt, plus he gets a little energy back with his AoE. Thor, this was more of a passion project. I knew he wasn't that great of a character, but I wanted to build him up because I do like the character in the movies. But yeah, this is more of a side project. I think he's still a very good character if you pair him with Captain America and Black Widow. Vision, one of the best characters in the game. I haven't really played that Mystic stage yet. I'm still working on other characters, and all my energy is going right there. Finished Mystic 2-9, have done none of the other Mystic Chapter 3 stages, so eventually I'll get to him and start farming Vision. But right now, my focus is on the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, but it's kind of at a halt because I need a lot of advanced basic catalysts, so started working on this Defenders team. So most of my gold and my resources are going to those two teams, and then kind of rounding out the power numbers for some of my Blitz teams. So one of my Blitz teams that I showcased yesterday was this Miss Marvel team. She's about 13,000, almost 14,000 power. On that same team, though, is Deadpool with 23,000 power, so huge power gap. So I want to kind of smooth those out for some of my Blitz teams. Doctor Strange, I think this is the most enjoyable character to play when things go right, at least for myself. I love flipping all those buffs, but he's a very squishy character. And like I said yesterday, he has the potential to do absolutely nothing in a battle if you get him in the wrong situation, but can really set you up to win in the right situation. Deadpool, I like him as a character. His first two moves are very strong, his special and his ultimate. After that, not as valuable, so I'm not as high on him as some other characters. Rocket, very strong damage. Haven't really worked on him a lot either. Mordo, very interesting character. Another one that has a lot of RNG. You have a Mordo. There's a lot of different scenarios that could happen in the battle. Some are very good, some are okay. Not really a bad scenario happens when you use Mordo, but it can range from a good scenario to something really awesome. One really underutilized character I have right now is Black Panther. I unlocked him a long time ago. Not really built him, and he has not really been super valuable until recently on my roster, using him on one of my Blitz teams. Finally have a spot for him on a Blitz team because I like him as a character. Kingpin kind of is what he is, as he's not a great one-on-one character, but makes the characters around him very good. Great in certain teams. Winter Soldier's okay. Wolverine, I like his ultimate, but doesn't offer too much outside of that. Wonder if he's going to get a rework when the Brotherhood comes around, or when maybe they'll just give him a rework, because he needs a little bit of help. Not that damaging of a character. Already talked about Defenders. Very strong team. This is probably my second favorite team just because of their extreme synergy. I like using them, and I just need to build them more. The problem is that a lot of their gear now, I have them about gear 8 or tier 8 with their gear, and a lot of them are starting to take advanced basic catalysts as well. So now I have to make the choice. Do I use it on S.H.I.E.L.D. or do I use it on Defenders? I think my priority right now is on S.H.I.E.L.D. and then after that I'll go to Defenders. Although I might get this spot right here on Daredevil to finish him off and then start going back to S.H.I.E.L.D. But advanced basic catalyst, really a huge bottleneck in the game. I'm going to talk about that because that's one of the issues, having so many bottlenecks in this game. Cable's a good character. The Hand is a good team. They're okay in the right situation against certain teams. Kree, this was a painful farm. This took me about a month and a half or so of just farming them, and during that, I gotta admit, my level of interest in the game went down a lot because it was pretty boring to just farm these guys and waiting on Nick Fury. No benefit for that whole time until Nick Fury was actually unlocked, because they do okay in the lower tiers of Blitz. Can't really do too much in the higher levels, but it's really looking forward to their rework. Rumor is it's supposed to be happening this month. Merc Lieutenant, great character. I haven't really worked on him. You guys have seen some of my mid-level characters. I mean, we got Scarlet Witch in there too, Ant-Man in there too. Some really good characters. Wasp is here. that I just haven't had the resources to build up everybody. Like I said, most of my resources are going to shield and defenders right now. All right, and as we move further and further down my roster, you see some of these minions and some of these not as good characters that I haven't really worked on, but they do pretty good for me in the first few battles of Blitz, just to get me a few wins. And then these are the characters again that I have not unlocked. All right, let's go back into the top of the roster. I'll talk about the orange ability mats that I've spent. All right, so the first one that I did was Yondu, upgraded his passive Centauri Hunter. Very good investment. Next one I did was Nick Fury, upgraded his passive Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the most recent one I did a few weeks ago was Shield Assault, and that was on his passive Airborne. So I think the next one I want to do is on Shield Medic, just to help that Shield team a little more. If I had to pick, and I've only done 3, and I like all of them, I have to pick one to take back, I probably would take back Yondu. Now, even though this is a very good passive, very good use of orange ability mats, I think I use my Shield team a lot more, so I think upgrading Shield Medic's passive will be a little more beneficial, at least to the way that I'm using my roster. And that is pretty much it. Let me know where your roster is right now. What teams you're working on. I'm working on Shield and Defenders right now. All right, let's get back to the main screen so I could talk about the overall state of the game, which I think is in a pretty good place. There's still some issues, and I'm pretty much having the same issues that most of you guys are having. The first one is with gold. I made an issue on the gold crunch a few weeks ago. There definitely is a gold crunch. It's definitely slowing down player production. Player progression, not production. But I asked the question, do you think that this gold crunch and having such limited resources is helping profits of Fox Next or costing profits from Fox Next? I think that it is costing them profits. Definitely would have bought this Mystique offer right away if I had a chance to really level her and use her, but as it stands now, there's not much that I can do with her. She'll probably end up same place that Loki and Storm and Venom and some of these other characters are, right around that mid-level for a mid-level Blitz squad. But outside of that, don't really see a lot of value just because of this crunch. So gold crunch, advanced basic catalyst crunch. You got your abilities. You know, there's just a lot of progression stoppers in this game that kind of bottleneck progression, and I think there's just a little too much, and I think it's costing them, although I could be totally off on that. All right, next thing that I think needs a lot more of, my second point, is the communication from the devs. It has gotten better. There was like 0 when we first came out. They've done this developer update. They haven't done one in a couple weeks. They did a Q&A last week. They did some info on the Dark Dimension the week after that, so last week. And I don't know, I think it needs to be a little more. They're on Reddit a little more frequently, but I think it still can be improved and helping. I mean, I haven't even talked to any of them in a while. Just a little tiny blurb last week, but previous to that, it's probably been a couple weeks, so I'm not sure what is going on with this. No test server, but those things aren't that important, but I do think the communication needs to be a lot better. Just having some communication with the community. And then the last thing is these offers. Now, I do know that they need to make a profit. This is a for-profit game, but some of these offers just don't give the value that I would like. Super Saturday was a little disappointing. I did end up getting one of the deals because I thought that the deal was okay, but I was expecting some crazy deals, not just some okay deals. But anyway, that is what I think the game can improve on. Let me know where you're at with your roster. How are you doing with your characters? What are you farming? If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and share this with everyone you know, all your alliance mates and everybody that plays the game. And of course, smash on that like button. Now, there is still some good merch at TeePublic. I think there's a sale going on right now. Check on the link in the description down below. I'm not sure when you're going to watch this, but I think there's a sale going on right now. BlueStacks. I am playing on BlueStacks right now, BlueStacks 4, and it has not crashed or given me problems. Once in a while, I would have to reinstall BlueStacks 3. Have not have to do that with BlueStacks 4, so it is my recommended emulator when playing on your PC. Obviously, I like playing on my phone the best. But that is it, guys. I will probably be back with another video before the live stream. If not, I will definitely see you on the live stream. Until next time, gotta remind you guys to say your prayers, take your vitamins, and train every day, dude. I will see you guys next time. Valley Flying out.